Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's JPR, and welcome back to another video. Nowadays, we expect a new battle mechanic to be introduced in every new generation. But back in 2013, the revelation of Mega Evolution shattered expectations, as this mysterious phenomenon would allow previously fully evolved Pokemon to evolve even further, including Pokemon that already had 3 stages and legendary Pokemon, which at the time had never evolved before. Although some of the choices that received Mega Evolutions and those who didn't were a bit divisive, as more often than not it boiled down to being a popularity contest rather than Pokemon who actually needed Mega Evolutions getting them. As we learned quite quickly, Gen 1 privilege exists, and hoo boy is it a force to be reckoned with. But the bright side to this approach was that it reimagined fan-favorite Pokemon in ways that fans have been dreaming of for years. Charizard was finally a Dragon type, Mewtwo was back on top of the world like he was before, Metagross could finally levitate like in the anime, and Slowbro looks like Patrick from that one SpongeBob episode, and, well, I appreciate that at least. Because of this, reveals of new Mega Evolution Pokemon became extremely popular events. Everyone was itching to see if their favorite Pokemon would get a chance to shine in the upcoming games, all except Flygon fans, who later experienced a double dose of depression upon learning its Mega Evolution was scrapped due to Ken Sugimori experiencing artist block. I guess that was just one Pokemon too many to draw spikes and crazy hair on. But as time went on, it appeared Mega Evolution would not be a mainstay mechanic in the core games, rather just a temporary generational gimmick. And don't take it the wrong way when I describe Mega Evolution that way. There's nothing inherently bad about the word gimmick. I feel like people put too much negative stigma around it. It's just the device that attracts attention or publicity, which is exactly what Mega Evolution and all these other generational battle mechanics have done. It's arguably the defining feature that people look out for now every gen. Like, remember when everyone thought Sword and Shield was gonna have armored evolutions? Well, too bad, that was a stupid idea. You don't evolve by putting armor on, dummies. Good thing that didn't happen. But as the first generational gimmick, Mega Evolution arguably became the most beloved. Not even arguably, really. I mean, I didn't collect a census or anything, this is just from my personal observations, but most fans really seemed to adore Mega Evolution. So, what happened to it? What were the deciding factors that made Game Freak turn their back against it after just 6 years of keeping it around? Let's take a deeper look. But before we do, I like to remind everyone that 90% of people who watch my videos aren't subscribed, so if you're new to the channel and you like what you've seen so far, be sure to subscribe. Every little bit helps out. I would definitely appreciate it. So Mega Evolution showed no signs of slowing down in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, despite the lore of XY establishing that it was a Kalos-specific phenomenon. Game Freak later backpedaled on this idea by introducing the concept of the Pokemon multiverse during the Delta episode through Zinnia, a character who describes 2 different timelines. One where AZ never fired the ultimate weapon, and one where he did, mutating Megastones across the land and inadvertently giving birth to Mega Evolution, explaining why Megastones can be found in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire's Hoenn region, but not in the original Hoenn region from Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. It seemed like this was all the groundwork Game Freak needed to lay down in order to continue introducing new Mega Evolutions in the games to come, just have them all exist on this side of the Pokemon multiverse. So it certainly came as a surprise when Pokemon Sun and Moon shifted towards Z-moves as the new battle mechanic, introducing no new Mega Evolutions in the process. And I believe there's quite a few reasons why this shift occurred. Firstly, Game Freak was limited by the amount of fan-favorite Pokemon that could possibly receive Mega Evolutions, as most of them had already been covered in Gen 6. With Z-moves, this issue could be worked around, as all Pokemon, both new and returning ones, could utilize this new mechanic and not just a small pool of them. Sure, they could have just given Charizard 26 more Mega Evolutions, but eventually their main selling point would be, hey look guys, it's Mega Pelipper! Sure, there are almost 900 Pokemon, but at this point they were all but out of popular icons to use. Again, there's a reason why most of the Megas were from Gen 1. Additionally, Z-moves could be used to give more character to the new Pokemon, as all the starters, Solgaleo, Lunala, and later other popular Pokemon such as Lycanroc and Mimikyu would all receive their own unique Z-moves. There were still some classic Pokemon like Pikachu, Snorlax, and Mew who all receive unique Z-moves as well, but for the most part Game Freak knew that they had to find a way to promote their new Pokemon. But I personally don't think Z-moves had as much to do with killing Mega Evolutions as Gen 7's other new feature, Regional Variants. Regional Variants were very similar in concept to Mega Evolutions, as they revised older Pokemon to make them more appealing to new players and hopefully increase their viability a bit. It didn't always work, but regional variants would carry over into Generation 8 where they were expanded upon with regional evolutions such as Sirfetch'd and Obstagoon, which, let's be honest, were more logical ways of improving the original Pokemon than giving them outright Mega Evolutions. Other than that, there's a few other pros to regional variants and regional evolutions over Mega Evolutions. First and foremost, they don't need to be explained. You don't need a multiverse or some other shenanigans to make regional evolutions logically fit within a larger narrative. Secondly, regional forms are easy to obtain and easy to dispose of. There was one other big issue with Mega Evolution from the start, and that was that Game Freak backed themselves into a situation where they had to make nearly 50 Mega Stones obtainable in every region from now until the end of time. Sun and Moon didn't even have them all programmed into the game at launch, as over half of them trickled out through Wi-Fi distributions over the course of several months. Not to mention that there's no easy way of fitting them into every region. Either you program a scavenger hunt for these 50 Megastones into every single region, or you just lock most of them into the battle tree like Sun and Moon did, forcing you to spend an ungodly amount of time grinding BP to obtain them all. It's a lose-lose situation. And with Z crystals factored in on top of that, I don't blame Game Freak for taking the easy way out by just cutting them all. This is likely the reason why the Gen 8 gimmick Dynamax doesn't require any items to use other than a Dynamax band. It's just easier to program going forward if they ever decide to bring it back. Same goes for regional forms. You catch the Pokemon, you evolve it like any other Pokemon, you know, go underneath a random bridge after you lost 49 HP, nothing special, and then you just move on to the next region and don't worry about it anymore. Most people don't expect an Alolan Exeggutor to show up in Galar, so it's no biggie if the Pokemon gets cut. Now, I won't use that argument to defend cutting the other 500 Pokemon, but I'm just saying that's more than likely the mentality they have on regional forms versus Mega Evolutions. And I would say those are the biggest reasons for the removal of Mega Evolution in the core series. But unlike most scrap mechanics, Mega Evolutions still live on in a considerable amount of side material. They still periodically appear in the Pokemon anime, they were included in the recent remaster of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, they appear in Pokemon Masters linked to the Sync mechanic, and they are just now being rolled out in Pokemon Go. So for fans of Mega Evolution, it's not entirely gone. While it's unlikely to return in most future core Pokemon games, it's anything but forgotten. For now. And so, that'll wrap it up for me. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like on this video, and again, subscribe to the channel if you're new and liked what you saw. I'll see you guys next time.